Hello, everybody. It's Lenny Murphy of GreenBook here with another one of our interview series, and today is a very special one. One of the coolest things that I ever get to do is to talk to the winners of the Insight Innovation Competition. So today I'm joined by José Mora from Atlantia Search, who just won the most recent iteration of the Insight Innovation Competition at IIX. JJ, welcome.
Welcome, Lenny. Thank you very much for having me. It's been awesome to be here.
It's good to have you. Now, for our listeners, we did discover there is a little bit of a latency lag. JJ's Mexico City. So sorry, this is the new normal, right? When we're talking internationally on VoIP, there's sometimes the gods of the internet are not always as beneficent as others, and this is one of those times. But anyway, so JJ, tell us about Atlantia Search. Give us your story.
Well, Atlantia Search is a startup, a technological startup that happens to make market research, or we are trying to, as many other startups, we are trying to change the industry, but in a fundamental way. So what we are trying to do is basically to provide a way of doing research easier, faster, and better than anyone else. And we do it through two different approaches. The first approach is to automate the process of requesting and configuring and tracking a research, but not just for one methodology like online surveys that you have many solutions today, but in a multi-methodology framework. So even if you have a project that combines traditional methodologies, AI solutions, SaaS solutions, or online surveys, you can track it and configure it and deliver by the platform. And at the same time, providing high technological products that can fit the needs of the companies of today. So we are building both things. That is a software developing nightmare, and it takes a long time to do it. I was talking to you before, and we were talking about how long it takes to build a platform like that they can swallow any type of methodology inside of it and processes automatically. And also at the same time having automated products based on AI or based on online web scraping or based on processes information from different sources, or even having online service at the same time. So it's been a journey for us since we started and we switched the business model. And we are building that with just one purpose. At the beginning of our company, we set our vision, that is democratizing the access to specialized information. But nowadays it sounds like a topic, but when we started, it was a really cool thing to do. And our vision is to democratize this access for specialized information, and that means to deliver research for the small and medium companies. And basically, that's a complex thing to do because also in North America, in the US or in Canada, and more complex in Latin America, where the price point and the needs for the companies are much compacted. We need to create, or we decided to create a process to do that, understanding that first we needed to create products that satisfy the needs of the big companies, then automated those products, and then simplify those products to sell to the small and medium companies at a price point that they can pay and they can be happy with the information, because small means more value for the money, so you need to achieve that, and it's a really complex thing to do.
Yeah. Now, as we were chatting beforehand, it's also cool that you've had the classic startup journey of you started in one place and have evolved or pivoted. Oh, well, that's an okay idea, but this one's a lot better. So, because you entered the competition a few years ago with kind of your previous model, which was more search based. So how is that, just for, kind of from an entrepreneurial standpoint, can you talk a little bit about that process of letting your baby grow on its own direction versus how you think it needed to be? What's that been like for you?
For as we approach our company always at a scale, and we always thought of ourselves as a global company. When we started to see yearly growth or about 3x, 2.5x per year, we realized that was a time to change. It's maybe cool to grow at that rate to an SME or a traditional SME, but it's not for our ambitions as a technological company. So we decided to switch. We started as a company that crowdsourced the process of doing secondary research, and we were doing really fine at the beginning, like 10x per year, something like that. And then we start to realize that the growth curve was starting to flatten. And it was not because of what we were doing, it was because of the business model and the complexities that it has, because you have offer and demand, and you have to supply both at the same rate, and then you need to train the research and enable them to do the best research possible for the customers, which is a huge amount of effort in technological effort. We were talking about before about what we did. We built a tool for the researchers that basically do searches online, select the key sources online, post processes through an AI, and then deliver to the researchers to them to grab that information and put it organized and in an understandable way for the customer. But even though the training process, finding the right people, was a really complex thing to do. So at the same time, our business was also growing, but at a small rate. And we started to realize that the customers were demanding also another type of products, like primary research, more technological products, and they wanted it faster, easier, and cheaper, and better. All all what the customers always need. And then we start to switch to this model. And 2.5 years ago, we decided to become this platform that now is the largest marketplace for consumer insights in Latam, and growing also in the US and Canada through some customers in other countries, and now getting some customers in the US too.
Very cool. So the research automation platform space has become very crowded over the last few years, right? And I think we had talked about one of the other companies that started with the competition, Zappy, and so like you, has been on that path. They started here, and and now have become a bit of the poster child, if you will, for this category. But there's lots of others. We even see the big companies of Taluna and Dynata, and even Kantar, et cetera, Ipsos, adopting different aspects of this automation platform, this all-inclusive solution to do cheaper, faster, better technology. It strikes me that where they have struggled, I think, is in serving that SME market. They've tended still to focus on large enterprise, not on the small to medium businesses. So is your thinking that if you nail the ability to deliver at scale and quality in Latin America with that price compression in those markets, that's what's going to drive your ability to differentiate yourselves in serving that customer base? Is that your thinking?
Yeah, but we will have the two business lines, because remember that today we have huge companies in our portfolios, Walmart, AB InBev, Danone, and many others that are switching to our products. What I think we are differently than other automation processes today. You have small silos of products, but it's not complete solutions for a specific need. And specifically in big companies, when you need a solution, you don't care too much about how is the combination of things that you need to have. You need an answer to a business question. And if a solution can provide you that specific solution, you take it. But when the problem search for the automation that we have today with mono-methodology products is that they don't complete the cycle. So they apport or they give a small shot of information in every specific part. And at least what we've seen with the big companies is that we need a solution. We need 3 or 4 products combined to give me the solution for the business questions that I have. And that's where we specialize today. That's one focus for us that is not going to miss, because we have a huge credibility now with some huge companies, and they are driving our growth, and we will be delivering better solutions for them. But in the other side, we can simplify and automate those solutions to give them to the small and medium companies. That is, as you say, is a challenge, and we realize that super early on. So that's why we build this 3-stage process. And in 23, 24, we will probably be in the position to deliver products for small and medium companies. And we are also figuring out, starting now, the business model that we want to achieve with them. Because for some products, it can be a subscription-based product, but very cheap, that can deliver specific reports every month for them, or ad hoc solutions, but very compacted for some of them. We are still figuring out. But the main issue today, also for the big companies, is I want a complete solution, and I want that this complete solution go across a company that can understand every step of the process and deliver me more insights that are embedded in this cross research that you are doing. That's where we specialize today, and that's the added value that we think we are delivering for most of the companies.
Okay.
Compared to our competitors.
Okay, so let's talk about the solutions for a minute, the breadth of solutions, because we see companies that have emerged that are primarily quant-based or qual-based, and there's a few that like Fuel Cycle, for instance, that has taken that platform play and looked at, this is the core of what we do. In their case, it's communities, but building a marketplace around them of added on solutions to address specific business issues. So are you guys, sorry, let me rephrase, let me actually ask a question instead of teeing it up. So are you building a comprehensive suite of solutions on both quant and qual yourself, or are you looking at partnerships to address specific capabilities for your clients that would plug into your platform?
I think a little bit of both, and let me explain it. What we do is we sit with our customers and we map a process. Imagine the process for developing products in a company, right? A food and beverage company that wants to develop a new product. How the process look like for them. And we talk with several customers and several of our clients and tell them, okay, let's explain us how it worked for you. We have this process for market understanding, and then we came up with some ideas, and then we want to select some of these 20, 30 ideas that we create. We select some for funneling to a more productive or a more deployment process, and then we deploy them, and blah blah blah. So you have inside the product development process, you have certain stages that most of the companies pass through. And then we start to talk about these specific processes, and we talk, okay, what are the friction points of information that you have in the product preparation plan? Okay, we don't understand what the customer needs. So we develop a product for attending that friction point, which is our customer IDs and needs product. So we have a product that deliver the solution. Then we deploy 20 or 30 or 40 ideas of concepts in a very early stage. Okay, we have our EPIP, which is Innovative Product Ideas Test, which is a choice-based product that allows them to select the better option for them. And then you narrow these 50 products to 2 or 3 products, and you need another needs of products. That is, okay, I want to understand what I need to improve on these products for make it suitable for the market. And then you have a deployment preparation, how I do display these products in the shelf. And then we have an AI-based product for analyzing what is the best position for the product in the shelf. That's the way how we build our portfolio, is attending a specific process like developing a campaign, developing a product, tracking a brand, etc., etc. So that's why we have a huge portfolio of products, because we identify specific needs and friction points. And the customer can decide, oh, I just want this product because my friction point is really strong here, or I want to buy the complete flow, or I want to buy this specific product at the end, or this couple of products at the end. That's how we build our product portfolio, which we've been given feedback by our customers that make a lot of sense in the process, because these products are built with them, literally. They test our products before, and when we normated the products, we test them with products that are already launched, etc., etc. So that's how we build the infrastructure for our products.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So you mentioned you guys are growing rapidly, and I expect that this year, in 2020, that has probably accelerated pretty well. The year has been good for you. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah. The first quarter was really good. The second quarter was we stayed at the same rate as last year. That was a surprise, because we thought that we were going to go down in the second quarter because everything stopped. But in the third quarter, it's been amazing right now. We are growing as ever before, not just because they are requesting faster or cheaper products. It's because we grow as a technological automated company, and now that everything is digital, they are moving methodologies through digital process, even if they are physical interaction. Like our iHot product, which is testing a product at home, we already have a product that can be delivered to the homes of the people, testing it in live and trying the product, and it's a more qualitative approach for this type of products, and that is developed to their homes, and then we process all the information automatically also in the platform. Depending on the product, we have products that are not automated at all. We are working on that now, but sure, we can deliver it digitally, which is an important part.
That's very cool. So I want to be conscious of time, JJ. I talk to a lot of folks and advise lots of companies, and have a good sense of everything that's going on in the industry. I've often thought that some of the greatest innovation for our space would come out of Latin America. And there's a few companies out there, EC Global, they do some really cool stuff, Adriana and her team, Provokers, but we haven't seen a company really hit scale yet. I think you may be the one to break that trend. The approach that you're talking about is I think it's especially this year, so no surprise that you're growing. The market is just primed for a multimodal, flexible, agile platform solution driven by client needs. And that's part of I think that stands out for me is, have you approached this from a business issue, business question perspective versus a methodological perspective, right? So, talking to your clients on what is the business issue that you need answered, then how do we answer it best? Then how do we automate that process so that we can drive speed and cost efficiencies, which is just it's a smart way to do things. So congratulations, for whatever it's worth. I think that's a great thing. There's every company that comes to every company that comes to the competition, I have a sense of pride for. There's a few that have stood out that really disruptive. Zappy, Remesh, Dakota. I think you may join that echelon of companies where it's like, okay, this Atlantia Search is going to be one of those companies that I think is just kicked ass, kind of across the board. So let's hope, fingers crossed that my prophecy holds. So anything else that you want to let the audience know about you, about the business, why they need to pay attention to what you're doing, and what's the value of potentially working with you?
I think we synthesize a lot of things, and for a compacted interview, I think we synthesize a lot of things. We are switching now the platform in our website, so it's a good time in the next month to visit our website at atlantiasearch.com to review the new products that we are going to launch and the automated processes, because for the first time you will be able to track any methodology like an Amazon delivery product, and I think that's a pretty cool thing to have in our industry. And other than that is letting you know, guys, that we are really grateful and thankful for being part of the GreenBook community, and recommend everyone to join you and to participate and read. I'm a reader of your blog continuously, so I like to try to keep updated every time I can. So I recommend to all the people to join you and to listen and reading what you are delivering, because it's really nice for the industry to push them forward, or to push us forward as an industry.
Well, thank you for the shout out. These things always turn into kind of a mutual admiration society, so that's why I appreciate it. Congratulations for winning the competition. It really is. It is a big deal. You know how hard it is to get into that upper echelon and to win. And I think that we'll be hearing a whole lot more from Atlantia Search in the future. And just congratulations for all the success.
Awesome, thank you very much, and we will try, because this year is like a roller coaster. You never know what's going to happen next. So
yeah, absolutely, yeah. So it is 2020, right? So
yeah, that's the common thing in our company now, is saying, oh, it's 2020. Whatever happens, it's 2020.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I told my wife last night, look, you want to put up the Christmas lights? Go ahead. It's 2020. All bets are off. There's no norms. So we'll skip Halloween. Anyway. All right, JJ. Thanks a lot. You be well. Okay?
Cool.
All right, thanks.
Thank you very much.